Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is in the rarefied air of NFL quarterbacks. Although slightly undersized by NFL standards, the former Wisconsin Badger is the epitome of it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog. Today we're going to take a look at the ridiculous exercise routine and diet of the 32-year-old super winner and 7-time Pro Bowler and show you that becoming elite like Russ doesn't happen by accident. But before we dive into that, you know the drill. Click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already to stay up to date on all our content and all things football. All done? Alright, let's do this. When it comes to preparing for and making it through a season, NFL athletes are in a league of their own. Most professional sports don't require you to prepare for the type of physical and mental rigors the NFL players have to go through. Compared to most sports, the gridiron is unique as players face the reality that anytime they step onto the football field, there's a chance that this could be their last. With that type of potential doom looming over football players, it's no wonder their diets and exercises continues to evolve as they do everything they can to give themselves the best chance of survival on the field. When you hope to be one of the NFL greats like Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is well on pace to be, you have to prepare not just to survive, but to thrive. In order to get to the point where you're considered one of the best, that often means taking your workout and diet to levels of insanity that most cannot. I told you the NFL isn't for the faint of heart, and that is something that Russell Wilson knows full well. And something you will know full well after you watch this video and see just how committed he is to pushing his body to the limits to make sure he gives himself the best chance of being out there every Sunday. All that being said, what does a workout week for Russell Wilson look like, you ask? Grueling, exhaustive, and intense. Russell works out at least 5 days a week, and his training works just about every muscle in that 5'11", 215-pound frame of his. To keep this simple, we're going to run you through the day and his list of workouts Russell does to give you an idea of just how crazy this man's workouts are. On a Monday, you could catch Russ focusing on as many as 6 exercises with his trainer close by, making sure Russ is doing everything he can to be the game-changing dynamo we see every Sunday. His Monday routine includes medicine ball snatches and throws, medicine ball jerks, power cleans, single leg squats, suspended rows, and cable curls. On Tuesday, Russ switches it up completely with front squats, the always punishing single leg Romanian deadlifts, bench press, at which we're told Russ is no slouch, dumbbell IYTs, which gets their name because you are spelling out the letters I, Y, and T with your arms, overhead tricep extensions, and Swiss ball stability holds. On Wednesday, Russ takes a rest day as his trainer emphasizes that rest is just as essential to exercise as all that sweat that's poured into the gym. Then on Thursday, it's right back at it with dumbbell hang snatches, power cleans, step-ups, towel pull-ups, scap push-ups, cable lawnmower rows, and finally cable curls. While his Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday workouts are a little bit more balanced, Fridays are primarily upper body days for Russ but contain fewer exercises. Russ's arm strength is as underrated as the dude's overall strength. Those close to Wilson or have ever seen him in the weight room know he's no slouch. While he doesn't elect for the heaviest weights, the amount he lifts is still said to be a lot for a quarterback. You get to see some of that in his Thursday workout, which includes barbell squats, staggering dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, incline alternating dumbbell press, and incline push-ups. On Saturday, Russ's final workout day, his trainer saves his hardest day for last. It's Wilson's most intense day because his trainer wants to push the QB and get him ready for those late-game heroics when players are normally the most worn from nearly 4 quarters of exertion, QB hits, and ducking and dodging defenders. Russ's Saturday is insane. The dude does 11 exercises that focuses on total resistance as well as core training with very little rest in between his sets. So pretty much just imagine Russ pushing himself through each of these exercises and then going to the next one while having to give the same intensity as he did in his first exercise, all while his trainer pushes him to go harder and harder without losing any of his form. If he does, Wilson may have to repeat the set entirely. The torture Russell goes through begins with total resistance training, which includes reverse flies, low row shortened position, sprinter's start with a hop, power pulls, and suspended incline press. Then he shifts to the fun stuff, his core. This is where Russ gets what makes him dangerous, his balance and stability. There aren't many slipperier players than Russell Wilson in the National Football League, and sometimes the Houdini acts that he pulls to evade sure tackles is because he's able to wiggle and maneuver things without being sacked. While the rest of Russell's workout week makes him stronger, Saturdays focus on improving his strengths. His core workouts include hover planks, side planks, split squad superband rotations, superband chops, bicycle crunches, and oblique crunches. If you're getting a little exhausted just hearing this, imagine Russell living this throughout his grueling season while he's bruised and sore from all the hits he takes behind that porous offensive line of his. Luckily for Russ, on Sunday, he gets a rest day. While we're talking about rest, in the offseason, don't expect to see Russ spending too much time lounging by a pool or laying on a sandy beach. While he's known to value downtime and relaxation at his trainer's recommendation, his offseason regimen still includes a minimum of 4 days a week of exercises that are divided into speed and training using his trusty resistance bands, balance balls, mini hurdles, and ladders. Although his off-season work isn't as intense or as regimented as his in-season workouts, we're told it's not that far behind and works to maintain what Russell has built up during the season. Wilson is also said to be a perfectionist and goes into each offseason trying to get that much more of his body and physical ability, and it's no wonder at 32 years old he's nowhere close to showing signs of slowing down. But what fuels the 7-time Pro Bowler through all of those crazy exercises during the season and off-season? Russell Wilson is known for being a very healthy guy when it comes to his diet and has tried quite a few of them since coming into the league. Lastly, Wilson has been trying to add a little bit of bulk to absorb more contact, which is definitely the result of the many hits the QB takes after being one of the most sacked QBs in the league year in and year out. To bulk up, Russ eats as many as 9 times a day, and his calorie intake went from below 3,000 all the way up to 4,800 calories. A typical breakfast for Russell is as many as 6 eggs, oatmeal, almond butter, and fresh fruit. Before lunch, he snacks on fruit and a protein shake. A lunch for Wilson usually looks like steak, sweet potatoes, and beets. After lunch, it's another protein shake and then another snack of nuts, nut butter, and fruit. For Russell's dinner, he eats fish and green salad. After dinner, Russ has one last meal, which is his 3rd protein shake of the day. Russell also makes sure to get his supplements, which includes BCAAs, fish oil, probiotics, and vitamin D. It sounds like Russ sure has his diet under control, and if the 2020 season is any indication, the bulk he added on didn't stop Russ from cooking all year on the field. Matter of fact, he hit a career high in touchdowns and almost matched his career high in yards, so keep doing what you're doing, Russ. Alright, sports fans, that's it for our time on Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson and his ridiculous exercise and diet. Russ may not be the biggest man on the field, but he's one of the baddest. Playing like Russ means training like Russ, and by examining what he does to get ready for game day, it's not a mystery to why the extremely hardworking quarterback is among the best in the game. To be honest, Russell may be one of the hardest workers in any sport. Whether that hard work stays in Seattle or not is another question. What did you think about Russell's diet and exercise? Let us know by dropping a comment below. If you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor and click that subscribe button to get more content just like this. Until next time, sports fans.